Greetings, free thinkers. Welcome to the Hoggcast. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing fine. I certainly am. Okay, what do we have for you on today's episode? We have for you no clip, but one article, so it probably won't be a long show today, but I just wanted to show you this. Because it's, it's like the thing that you're not really allowed to speak about, specifically pertaining to the Democrats, of course. If it's 2016 and Russia and that, then it's fine, no problem. Even though there's no evidence for it and it's been debunked, okay? But 2020, different story altogether. You're not allowed to mention 2020. Shh. See no evil, hear no evil. This is a Virginia Democrat who is facing numerous charges for embezzlement and dun dun dun. What a shock! I mean, it's a pattern, isn't it? A pattern emerging. So we'll get it. We'll read the article. We'll see what's happening, and I will give you my opinions on it. I will do my best Tim Pool impersonation, but I think you need to see this. I think people need to hear this. It's only confirming what a lot of us have been thinking for some time, based on what our eyes are seeing and what our ears are hearing. But of course, the fact checkers will be out in force to tell you, oh, it's not because of this and because of that. You know the score. So let's get into the video. If you haven't yet, though, please like the video, subscribe to the Hoggcast, hit the notification bell and share the video around if you find the video informative. Have a membership scheme which you can join too. There's a join button next to the sub button. I have 9 amazing, beautiful members who honour and humble me that they support the Hoggcast by becoming a member in our quiet little corner of the internet, because we are shadow banned and deboosted, because we are conservative commentators. Let's go. Okay, so Virginia Democrat county official is facing dozens of charges for embezzlement. In other words, he's been pocketing money as per the Democrat/Rhino wing of the Republican Party do, and of course the Democrat special, this one here. Yeah. A Democrat county official in Virginia is facing a long string of charges against him, including some related to alleged electoral fraud and embezzlement. According to various reports, a grand jury indicted Buchanan County Supervisor Trey Adkins on May the 2nd, according to WJHL-TV in Johnson City, Tennessee. According to the outlet, Adkins is facing 34 counts of making a false statement related to election fraud, 11 counts of violating absentee voting procedure, 8 counts of public embezzlement, 11 counts of forgery of public records, 15 counts of uttering related to public records. That I don't know what this means. 15 counts of uttering related to public records. I don't exactly know what that means. And 3 counts of conspiracy. Ooh, it's a conspiracy. It's a conspiracy. Sorry. And 3 counts of conspiracy to make a false statement related to election fraud. So in other words, what he's done is, with this last point here, and 3 counts of conspiracy to make false statements related to election fraud, that's him trying to cover his tracks. What he's done, this is so left-wing, this is so Democrat. What he's done is, he's cheated, or been caught trying to cheat, not just with the election, but also money, yeah, with the embezzlement charges, right? And then what he's done after he's done it is, not only has he tried to cover his tracks, but he's more than likely tried to blame it on someone else, right? He's probably tried to blame it on you or a Republican, yeah? So conspiracy to make false statements related to his actions, which is this. That's his actions. So he committed the crime, tried to cover it up, and then likely blamed you for it, or just insert Republican here, yeah? I mean, this isn't just one count of one thing. This is prolific behaviour, right? 34 counts of making false statements regarding the Democrats' favourite thing, yeah? 11 counts. I'm just repeating myself now, but I'm just saying it so you see that this is endemic. This is habitual. This is the actions of someone who didn't actually think he was ever going to be even held to the standard, yeah? According to court documents cited by the local news outlet, an investigation into the allegations has been ongoing for more than 2 years. The report also said that a prosecutor from neighbouring Russell County was appointed to be a special prosecutor for the case, which also involves the Virginia State Police. Russell County Commonwealth's attorney Zach Stutz has been on the case since the beginning. Excuse me. The rules of... so this is a quotation, I'm guessing from Zach Stutz. The rules of professional conduct prevent any lawyer participating in the prosecution of a criminal matter that may be tied to a jury from making an extrajudicial statement that the lawyers knows or should know will have a likelihood of interfering with the fairness of a trial by jury. That stuff goes out the window with Democrats. Look what they've done with the leak at the Supreme Court. The leak there. Do we know who leaked it yet? Will you ever? I doubt it. Remember those? Remember these? Yeah, remember this little thing with the Democrats. And 3 counts of conspiracy to make false statements. So whoever's did it is likely already, and this I'm talking about the Supreme Court leak, has already either covered their tracks, in my opinion, or has other powerful, influential people covering their tracks. And I'm mentioning this because what he says here about, quote, interfering with the fairness of a trial by jury. I mean, I know in the Supreme Court they don't have trial by jury, but what I'm saying is the premise is the same. It was leaked so people would turn up out there to intimidate them so that they would change their decision to suit whatever the Democrats want. And we know what they want, yeah? According to the records, the jury found that the supervisor, Trey Adkins, falsified absentee... falsified absentee and forged signatures to win an election for public office. Adkins first won election to the 5... well, did he? I mean, you don't know now, do you? Adkins first won election to the 5-member Buchanan County Board of Supervisors in 2011. But can we trust that? I mean, you've seen this is prolific behaviour. According to the Virginia Department of Elections, the counts of embezzlement stem from allegations that Adkins supplied county-owned gravel to private individuals through his personal construction company. Adkins' aunt, Sherry Lynn Bailey, also was charged with 12 felonies in the indictment, according to WJHL. It's a family affair. Like with the Bidens, the Clintons, and there's rhinos too, the Cheneys, the Romneys, yeah, and you can add the Lindsey Grahams to it now. What a snake he is, right? But it's a family affair with Democrat corruption, with left-wing corruption, and it's the same here in Britain with the Labour Party, Liberals. It's family-wide endemic. It's like they will create the trough using taxpayers' money, and then they will invite the other members of their herd along, and then they will all just put their heads in the taxpayer trough, and they will just take what they want. Yeah, that's globalism. That's where globalism gets you. That's where unfettered power without responsibility gets you. So, Adkins released an 11-minute video on his personal Facebook page in response to the charge. Of course, he strenuously asserts his innocence. Of course he does. We're charged with voter, FRAUD, Adkins plainly states in the video. Didn't do nothing. The issue they're having is how the envelopes were witnessed. Yeah, I remember something. I remember on the night, 2020, I was watching it, and I noticed some very suspicious things going on. I mean, this isn't related to this. It's just a similar thing within the ballpark. They have a big issue with witnesses, right? The Democrats, they don't want you witnessing the counting or the opening of the ballots. They just want you to trust them. They just want you to take their word for it. They want you to give them all of the ballots, and then they'll say, oh, well, we've won. Just take our word for it. I remember watching on the night, and I could not believe how blatant it was. They were putting boards up on the windows. I can't remember. I think it might have been Philadelphia. I can't remember precisely where it was, because there was a lot of shenanigans going on. I think it may have been Philadelphia. But they actually put boards up so the poll watchers couldn't look in to the counting. And it was all around the time that these mysterious bags just started turning up. It is that blatant. It is that blatant. Okay, back to this. The issue they're having is how the envelopes were witnessed, yeah. So, you know, it's not that somebody didn't get to vote the way they wanted to, or there was some kind of big FROD going on. In other words, there was. This is a general rule for the left. When they tell you something happened, think the opposite, and you'll know the truth. So he's very keen to let the people on his Facebook page know that, oh, you know, there wasn't this going on. So he continues that. The term they use for the code section that they're applied to it, and we'll address that. You'll address it, will you? We knew this would come to a head eventually. In other words, you were looking over your shoulder all the time because you were concerned that you would get caught out cheating, which is exactly why you continued to commit crimes, and I'm speaking specifically to this one here, and 3 counts of conspiracy to make false statements related to election, FRAUD, yeah? What he's just saying there on his Facebook page is another, I would make the argument that it's another case, another count. You can add another count of conspiracy to make false statements related to election, FRAUD. I'm saying that specifically because of this. Here. He is making false statements. Here. And here. Right? I've not been accused of taking money. Very specific phrase he's put there. This is the Democrat playbook. Because he knows that there are people out there, Democrat voters, stupid enough to just... They just accept. They never question. Yeah. He's been charged with embezzlement. He's changed it to, I've not been accused of taking money. Right? What? In terms of the embezzlement, as we saw earlier, what has he been accused of, quote, taking? Well, the counts of embezzlement, not money, embezzlement stem from allegations that Atkins supplied county-owned gravel to private individuals. Yeah? You see the way he words it? I've not been accused of taking money. Nobody said that. What you've been doing is selling county-owned gravel and construction supplies to private individuals, right? Embezzlement. I've been accused of giving people grapple. I think you meant to say gravel. Simple as that. You've been accused of giving people gravel. No. You've been accused of selling county-owned gravel and construction materials to private individuals. Yeah? This is how the Democrats do. This is their game. It is the word games, and they are experts at it. Please learn this, ladies and gentlemen. Learn how to decipher left-wing speak, right? That will wake you up quicker than anything else. I've not been accused of taking money. I've just been accused of giving people gravel. It's as simple as that. Oh, well, who could ever have a problem with that? He's the victim here, not you, the taxpayer. Yeah, not you, the voter. He's the victim. Why don't you give him compensation? Right? Why don't you give him even more gravel? Yeah. And whenever they start a sentence with "let me be clear about," switch off immediately. Right? It's what I said about the being able to speak in leftist. That's my advice. So let me be not clear about something else here. We will most definitely fight this in court, of course, because what you're hoping for, you're hoping that your corrupt friends can help you. That's what it'll be. One hand scratches the other. So of course you're going to fight it in court. You have the courts on your side. You have everything on your side. So of course you're going to fight it. Because it'll give the game away, you see. And once we are able to make a statement and explain who's who and what's going on, it's going to shock this county. Oh, I bet it is. So the guy who is charged with all of this, but 3 counts of conspiracy to make false statements related to election fraud. So this guy's going to go away. He's going to cook up a statement and explain who's who and what's going on, and it's going to shock this county. Oh, I bet it is. I really bet it is. He said he also has no plans to step down from the Board of Supervisors. Of course, it's his gravy train. He got there by cheating. He's selling off the county-owned stock to private individuals to make a good buck. If you think he's just going to give his gravy train up, you're crazy. He's not just going to give it up. These are Democrats. These are left-wingers. They feel they have the right to a position in public office. Yeah, they see it as a rite of passage. And you just have to accept it. Yeah. After he released the video, Adkins has not spoken to the press, of course, referring reporters to his attorney. It's not clear when the trial will take place. Earlier this month, a new survey found that the vast majority of Americans want stricter voting integrity laws. Of course they do, because they can see what's happening. Not ones that are laxer. The latter of which critics say is what Democrats in Congress are pushing for. Of course they are. And I think you can see why now, yeah? They are literally cheating you out of... They're getting into power, and then they are selling off county and state-owned assets. They're scrapping your country. Do you know what I mean? They're scrapping it. You know when you go to a scrapyard and you sell off an old thing, like a wrecked car? They're scrapping your country. Yeah. Record numbers of voters are demanding stricter voter identification measures in order to be able to cast them things. I don't know why, but you're just not allowed to say that word for some reason. As well as broad reforms in all 50 states. According to new polling data seen by the Washington Examiner's Secrets column, 84% of Americans want voter ID, attributing to large numbers of black and Hispanic voters who are behind the dramatic increase in support as the country eases into the 2022 midterm election cycle. And so this part here, it just continues about voter ID and photo ID, but we've covered the gist of this. Yeah. He just has that look, doesn't he? He has that look. So look, I'll leave it there. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.